Our main issues that we have is the alarming dropout rates of the Latino Americans, and also the growing stereotypes of Latino Americans. In our research, we found that the dropout rate of Latino Americans is 2 times the national average, and that 30% of the Learning English program attend the same school. This is a problem because when these students emerge into the new schools, there's a language barrier.
We found an article that divides the main causes of this issue into 4 different categories: individual factors, family factors, school and structural factors, and social and political factors. There are 2 main causes within these. One is that Latino students may feel like they're destined for a life of manual labor with or without a diploma, and so they decide not to go through an unnecessary struggle at school. The second is a lack of parental involvement, whether that stems from a parent's language barrier or their own lack of education. And these fall under individual and family factors, respectively.
And our research shows several reasons for Latino students dropping out of school. The first reason was their frequent absences and insufficient credits because they had a time conflict between work and study. And the second reason was that they felt differential treatment, that Latino students were mostly underrepresented in talented class and overrepresented in special class. And also, pregnancy was also a common reason for female students to drop out of school.
We also found that only about 35% of Latino Americans that are currently aged 18 to 24 are enrolled in either a 2-year or a 4-year college. And this percentage is about half of the total U.S. statistic. For that age demographic, there's about 65 to 70% total 18 to 24-year-old students enrolled in college. However, the college enrollment of the Latino community has increased about 10% over the past 20 years. So after conducting our initial research, we conducted 2 interviews. Keith and I did an interview with Stephanie, and through this interview we learned about some of her personal experiences regarding stereotyping and discrimination in her educational career. So Stephanie told us that although she faced some instances of stereotypes and discrimination as a student, her lifelong injustice of being labeled as Hispanic wasn't really something that she had to experience, but she did consider dropping out of school a couple of times.
She knew how important school was, and now she is currently an undergrad in the ecology department at Purdue. She's confident that her identity and feels that diversity that she experiences in middle and high school is the ability to accept for everyone, regardless of their race.
And our another interviewee was Scarlett. She grew up in Nicaragua, and her school had 60% students who were born in Nicaragua and had dual citizenship from the US. But she never thought about to drop out of school because her parents supported her and motivated her to study.
Our first action plan, we wrote a letter to Mr. Mason. He was a member of the West Lafayette School Board, and we provided examples of ways that West Lafayette school systems can address diversity in a positive way. We felt that the school board was a good way to begin education and community about discrimination against Latino students. And we are still waiting to hear back from Mr. Mason.
And so for our second action plan, we decided to contact Marcia Stevenson, who's the chair of Portuguese and Spanish Studies here at Purdue. And we want to present and inform 2 Purdue students in an advanced Spanish course here about the current dropout rates of Latino American students in the high schools, and share our idea about creating a bilingual after-school tutoring program for Latino students to get extra homework help. And so we hope to gain possible volunteer interest and just positive ideas from the Purdue students as to how we can successfully allow this program to become bilingual.
And just the main purpose of this in reaching out to these Purdue students is to raise awareness and gauge interest in this future bilingual program. If we were to continue moving forward with our program design, we would have to be able to show local schools that there are people willing to put in their time and effort and are qualified to help Latino students. We hope to maximize the impact of our presentation by including recent statistics on dropout rates among Latino students and outlining the different causes behind those numbers so the Purdue students know what they're working with and getting into.
And that is a summary of our current research and our interviews and action plans for the project. Thank you.